All right, Natalie, we're going to be going over understanding history, and we're going to be going over landmarks. The essential question is, how do landmarks help us understand our country's story? Okay, so the concept is landmarks. Okay, what do you know about landmarks? What are landmarks? Have you ever heard of landmarks before? Where can you find landmark? Remember to speak up, okay? What's a landmark? Is this a landmark? Who is this? It's Martin Luther King. That's a landmark. Why is it a landmark? If you don't know, we're gonna find out, okay? Understanding history. Martin Luther King Jr. played an important role in American history. Monument.
This monument in Washington D.C. honors his life. People visit monuments to learn about important people and events in history. Landmarks and
Monuments. So stop again. Say it. Monuments. How many syllables? Monuments. How many? Okay, so it's monuments, okay?
Help us remember and understand history.
Okay, so what's a landmark? Now that we've read a little bit about landmarks, what is a landmark? What do you know so far about landmarks? It's a what? A monument that helps us what?
Remember and understand our history.
Okay, can you give me an example of another landmark that's not this one? I know of one. I'll give you a clue. It's in the Big Apple. It's in New York. Have you ever been to New York before? Do you know a little bit about New York? Do you know the Statue of Liberty? Okay, that's a famous landmark. Okay, and it's in New York. What's another landmark in New York? Maybe the Empire State Building. Okay, that's another landmark. Okay, all right. We're gonna continue, and we're gonna start with the vocabulary for this lesson, okay? These are the words, as always. We're gonna go ahead and read them. There's a picture for each, and then we're gonna talk about them for a little bit so we can have a better understanding of what these words mean, because we're gonna see these words throughout the story, okay? So the first word is what? Carved. Say it loud and proud.
Carved.
Carved. Okay, and this is, what do you think carved is? Without reading, don't cheat. What do you think carved is? Look at the picture. What do you think it is? A river? No. Let's find out. It's a strong it's a strong river carved that's canyon out of rock. Okay, so you're right. It has to do with the river. Okay. But what is the word carved? In this picture, it has to do with the river, so you were correct. But what does it mean? Have you ever carved anything on a tree? Have you ever carved anything on a tree? Like your initials? With a rock or a stick?
No.
Okay, that's kind of like an engravement. That's engrave and carve they go hands in hands. Okay, when you carve something, it's what? Okay, so what other things can be carved? Okay, very good. The next one is clues. Sort of what Miss Irena is doing with you. Giving you little clues so we can figure out the what? The missing puzzle to the big what? To the big masterpiece. which is today's lesson. Okay, we're trying to figure out what landmarks are, and we're going to see different examples of them. Okay, so clues. These paw prints are clues that a dog walked here today. What clues tell you? What can clues tell you that might rain? What clues tell you that it might rain? Sorry.
When the clouds are gray.
When the clouds are gray. Okay, very good. Grand. Diane sat and gazed at the grand view of the river. What does grand mean?
A type of floor. Like,
Let's read it again. Diane sat and gazed at the grand view of the river. Grand. It was such a beautiful sight. I'm giving you a clue at what this word means. Grand. Look at the sight. Isn't that a beautiful sight? She's sitting there. She's pondering. She's what? She's looking at the scenery. It's beautiful. Okay? So what do you think grand means? She sat and gazed at the grand view of the river. At the beautiful view. So what's another synonym for grand? What do you think will make a grand view? Think of something that you love to look at. You can never get tired of looking at. It's a beautiful scenery. I can't hear you. Your hands are here, Natalie.
when the sun is so bright and yellow.
When the sun is bright and yellow, you like to see the sun? Do you think that's a grand view?
Yeah.
Why? Because you're the one that likes something beautiful. Very good. The next one, landmark. Oh my goodness, Natalie, look at this. What is that? It's the Statue of Liberty. Okay. The Statue of Liberty is an American landmark. What other landmarks can you name? Can you think of another one? No, not right now. Oh, you're so quiet today. Okay, massive. The boaters looked up at the massive stone cliff. What is another word for massive, Natalie? Massive. What's another word for massive? No, well, I can see why you would say that. Because it's kind of shaped like a mountain. But let's read. Let's read the words around massive. The boaters looked up at the massive stone cliff. Massive. Something that's what? Big. Very good. High five. Double high five. National. Oh, sorry. Monument.
This monument honors the leaders of our country.
Describe a monument you have seen. Can you name me this monument? It's called Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore. These are carvings, okay? And this is on an actual mountain, and they're carved. Here's a word, carve. This is a perfect example of the word carved, okay? And this is Mount Rushmore. It's a monument, okay? And the next word is national. Ready?
The 4th of July is a national holiday.
Name another national holiday. Can you think of another national holiday? Fourth of July is one. Can you think of one that's not in the book? Just from the top of your head. The what? Yeah.
Your lunch boxes.
Give me one. Give me an example. National holiday.
Line up by the cafeteria Walking.
Yes, that could be another national holiday. Absolutely. Very good. Traces. In the morning, we found traces or small amounts of snow on the plants. What is another word for traces? So I'll give you an example. When you go to the beach, okay, your footprints, you're leaving what behind? As you're walking, okay, look, as you're walking, pretend that this is sand. You're walking and you're leaving your footprints behind. That's another word for what? For what? Traces. You're leaving your trace behind. Somebody else who's walking on the beach can see your footprints. Why? Because you're leaving them behind. Those are your traces. You're leaving that behind. Okay? So, pick 3 words from here. Pick one. Pick one first. Landmark. Okay, can you give me a sentence with the word landmark? Let's think. I have one. Let me know when you have a sentence with the word landmark. Okay, you want to go first? Okay, go. I can't hear you
The
though.
landmark on New York was beautiful.
The landmark in New York is beautiful. Do you know the name of that landmark? The Statue of Liberty is one. Okay, so Miss Irena visited New York City and was lucky enough to have seen the most remarkable landmark known as the Statue of Liberty. That's my sentence. Very good teamwork. Let's pick another word. Okay, our second word. Which one do you want to pick?
Traces.
Traces. Okay. Let's brainstorm. Let's come up with a sentence with the word traces. Let me know when you're ready. I thought of one. You do? Okay, go.
When I walked in the snow, I saw traces from a wolf.
Ooh, so when you walked on the snow, you saw traces of a wolf? Cool. You just invented, okay, so I invented one too. When my sister and I went to the beach, Siesta Key Beach, to be exact, my favorite beach, we left our traces of our hands. There. Okay, and the third one. Pick another one. Do you want me to pick the word or do you want to pick? Massive. I have a massive headache. Oh my goodness. I drank so much coffee this morning that I just have such a massive headache. What's your sentence? Remember, the word massive means what? So that means that Miss Irena had a what? Big headache. So give me a sentence with the word massive. Okay, the rock. If it's massive, what is a massive rock? We're going to science now. What is the name of a big rock? It's a boulder. Okay, so you can say, I saw a massive boulder with me. Okay, very good. Okay, so I saw a massive boulder. You saw a big, big, big rock. Okay? All right, we're going to continue. So, how do landmarks help us understand our country's story? Okay, we're going to start with a story called A Natural Beauty. I'm going to start reading and just follow along with me. It is a famous landmark in the United States and it's huge. It is 1 mile deep and 10 miles wide. It was carved out of rock by the Colorado River. Okay? It stretches across parts of 4 states. What is it? Okay, so they're telling us about a famous landmark. Do you know what this landmark is? What's the name of it? Do you know what it is yet or no? You're about to tell us, right? This is a landmark that they're talking about. They're describing this landmark. It's the, but let's say it with feeling because you end in what? It's the Grand Canyon. Exploring the canyon. Many tourists visit the Grand Canyon. In fact, almost 5
Each year, people come from around the world to hike the dusty trail. They take boat rides down the Colorado River. They gain around large miles of massive red and brown cliffs.
okay,
Like
nature lovers.
visit the Grand Canyon.
What are, let's stop here for a second. What are nature lovers?
People that like nature, that go to different places.
That are outdoors. Indoors or outdoors? Nature. Where can you find nature? Can you find nature in a kitchen? So where do you usually find nature? Outside, okay?
Nature lovers visit the Grand Canyon too. They come to look for animals. They peek at the hundreds of different kinds of plants. They may spot eagles and see mountain lions. They may spy snakes and spiders, and some may even see bats.
Okay. What kind of animals can you spot if you take a trip to the Grand Canyon, which is a landmark, by the way?
Snakes, bats,
Go back.
eagles,
What else? Mountain lions. Okay, good job. Some visitors also come to learn about the canyon's history. Okay? History of the canyon. So now we're going to learn about its what? Explorers from Europe first saw the canyon in 1540. Continue.
Then in 1857, American explorers discovered it. They found groups of
Native Americans.
living there. One of these groups was the
Ancient Pueblo.
Pueblo people. The ancient Pueblo people lived in the canyon for almost 1,000 years.
For how many years did they live there? That's a long time.
They were farmers and hunters. Scientists have found traces and parts of their old homes.
Still standing. Okay, so over here, can you read the caption for me, please? Ancient. What does the word ancient mean? It's a long time ago. It's many years ago, like thousands of years ago. Okay, it's old. Okay, the ancient Pueblo people
Scientists have also found very old rocks in the Grand Canyon. These rocks are some of the oldest in the world. They are close to how the canyon was formed. Some scientists look for clues about the people who live there. They have found caves and pieces of art.
apart. Very good. This map shows where the Grand Canyon is located. Okay? So over here, this is where we live. And this is where you can find it. Okay? See right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna continue over here. Its landmark. President Theodore Roosevelt visited the Grand Canyon in 1903. He saw how beautiful it was. He said it was a special place. As a result, he made it a national monument. Then in 1919, the Grand Canyon was declared a national park. Continue.
That means the land is protected. No one can build homes on it. The Grand Canyon is a place all Americans can enjoy.
Okay, so who can enjoy the Grand Canyon?
All Americans.
All Americans, anybody who visits the Grand Canyon, okay? And we're gonna continue over here. Protect the canyon, okay?
It is important for people to take care of the natural land. Part by
When we visit,
animals and wildlife are sacred and should not be touched.
continue with your statement.
It is not kept loose. It is still enough to live with this beautiful animal. It is important that we protect it.
Okay, what animal is this? It's right here. Sheep that live in the. Okay, so this is one animal that we need to really take care of that we can find there, okay? We need to protect the canyon. Alright? How does the Grand Canyon teach us about America's history? What does it teach us about history? Yep, that we need to protect. Okay, very good. Absolutely. Alright, so we're gonna stop here and we're gonna continue with this tomorrow, okay, Natalie?